Port Charles has been hit with another stunning casting shakeup that will leave fans reeling. In a shocking turn of events, General Hospital is saying goodbye to the fiery and emotionally layered version of Kristina Davis, portrayed by Kate Mansi. While fans have fallen in love with her portrayal, a massive storyline shift, backstage contract negotiations, and future creative directions have all led to her emotional exit from the canvas. But don't despair just yet. In her place steps the powerhouse actress Elizabeth Hendrickson, the young and the restless, all my children, ready to light up Port Charles with a bold new interpretation of Kristina. Hendrickson's arrival promises a more volatile, action-driven Kristina, and she's about to unleash fury that no one in her orbit saw coming. So, why the switch? What will become of Kristina's surrogacy storyline? What secrets led to Kate Mansi's sudden departure? And what new chaos will Elizabeth Hendrickson stir up in the lives of Sunny, Alexis, Blaze, and the rest of Port Charles? Buckle in. This spoiler-filled deep dive will give you everything you need to know. Behind the scenes, sources close to the General Hospital set report that Kate Mansi's exit was not a sudden firing, but rather a mutual creative decision. While Mansi had grown attached to the role and brought emotional vulnerability and nuance to Kristina's journey, especially her struggles with identity and family loyalty, there was a growing belief among the producers that the role was shifting in a direction requiring a new tone, a darker, grittier Kristina, shaped by betrayal, loss, and vengeance. Kate Mansi's final scenes air this week, and they are emotionally devastating. In the lead-up to her departure, Kristina begins to sense something is deeply wrong with Blaze. Her once-flourishing relationship starts to unravel after Kristina uncovers a mysterious burner phone in Blaze's bag, one connected to a man recently involved in a scheme to sabotage Sunny's warehouses. Kristina's investigative instincts flare, and what she uncovers sends her spiraling. In her last few episodes, Kate Mansi's Kristina confronts Blaze in a tense scene at Charlie's pub, where she demands the truth. Blaze breaks down and admits that she had once been coerced by Brennan's faction, yes, that Brennan, into using her romantic connection to Kristina to gain inside access to Sunny's world. While Blaze insists she's long since abandoned her ties to Brennan, the damage is done. Kristina storms out, reeling from betrayal. This explosive arc closes with Kristina fleeing Port Charles in the middle of the night, after a tearful goodbye to Donna and a cryptic voicemail left for Alexis. I need to find out who I am without everyone else's choices defining me. Kate Mansi leaves the screen, and her fans, with a tear-stained but powerful exit. Within days of Kristina's disappearance, a mysterious figure is seen observing the Corinthos estate from a distance. Long brown hair, sharp eyes, a scar under her jaw. She doesn't speak, but her presence sends chills down Dex's spine as he patrols Sunny's perimeter. That woman? Elizabeth Hendrickson. Hendrickson debuts as the recast Kristina Davis, but this is a Kristina hardened by weeks on the run, shadowed by betrayal and stripped of her illusions. This Kristina has visited old friends from her cult days, reopened emotional wounds, and returned with one mission: to expose every lie that's ever been told to her and punish the people who told them. The recast storyline will start subtly. Kristina is spotted in the back of a courtroom during one of Sunny's hearings, face hidden beneath a dark veil. Later, she reappears in Alexis's home, where she confronts her mother with venom. "You made me a pawn," she spits. "You told me Blaze was safe. You told me Sunny was always the hero. You lied." Elizabeth Hendrickson's version of Kristina is more assertive, more dangerous, and more independent. Gone is the younger woman desperate for approval. In her place is someone who has studied the manipulation patterns of her own family and is ready to unravel them. One of the biggest questions from fans following this recast: what happens to Kristina's surrogacy storyline? Well, buckle in, because GH is about to take this in a shocking new direction. In a dramatic reveal, it's uncovered that Kristina never went through with the termination some assumed. While Blaze believed she did, and Kristina allowed her to think that in the moment, she instead secretly fled to a private clinic in Montreal, where she gave birth and left the child in the care of a trusted ally from her dawn of day past. Why? because Kristina believed that her child would be safer away from Sonny, away from Alexis, away from the life she'd been raised in. But now that she's back in Port Charles, Kristina has a dangerous new plan: to bring the child back and raise it herself, under a new name, with a new legal guardian, without informing Blaze or anyone else. Cue custody battles, legal chaos, and family warfare. Alexis and Sam discover the truth and beg Kristina to come clean. But Kristina, hardened and heartbroken, refuses. This child deserves a clean start, not your half-truths and damage. Perhaps the most explosive fallout from Elizabeth Hendrickson's Kristina comes in the form of a father-daughter war between her and Sonny Corinthos. Kristina makes it clear that her love for Sonny has frayed beyond repair. She blames him not only for putting her in the crosshairs of enemies like Brennan, but also for treating her like an emotional afterthought for most of her life. "You pick who you want to protect," she shouts in one of their most brutal confrontations. "Michael gets your soft side. Donna gets your attention. Me? I got instructions. I got rules. I got silence." Sonny tries to explain that he's always done what he thought was right. But Kristina isn't hearing it. What's worse, she's begun collecting evidence, recordings, journal entries, witness testimonies that could put Sonny away for a very long time. The question is, will she actually turn him in? Or is she bluffing, trying to force her father to finally see her, really see her, as an adult capable of making her own path? Sonny's confidants, Brick, Carly, and even Jason, urge him to strike first. But Sonny can't bring himself to silence his own daughter. Not again. One thing the writers are clearly preparing for is a complete reinvention of Kristina's romantic life. While Blaze may have been her most serious recent relationship, it's clear their love has fractured beyond repair. And Elizabeth Hendrickson's version of Kristina is less interested in sweet ballads and more interested in danger, chemistry, and control. Enter Chase. That's right, with Brooklyn growing increasingly distant as she navigates her own Quartermaine identity crisis, Chase finds himself inexplicably drawn to Kristina's fearless energy. A chance run-in outside the PCPD ends with a coffee, which turns into a long conversation about regret, betrayal, and loyalty. There's a spark. It's undeniable. But is it real? Or is Kristina using Chase to get closer to evidence that could tie Sonny's business to dirty cops? Meanwhile, Blaze isn't out of the picture yet. Her guilt pushes her back into the fold, trying to warn Kristina that someone from Brennan's organization still has tabs on her. She wants to help. But Kristina, cold and calculated now, responds with just one line. "You already did enough damage. You don't get to be the hero in my story." Elizabeth Weber, Rebecca Herbst, is one of the first to approach Kristina after her return. Having known her as a troubled but sweet young woman, Liz is startled by her transformation and concerned. But Kristina lashes out, accusing Liz of standing by while Jason and Sonny buried secrets that destroyed families. Sam, devastated by her sister's turn, tries to broker peace between Kristina and Alexis, but is shut down repeatedly. "You're the fixer, right?" Kristina snarls. "Fix this. How do I forgive a family that keeps rewriting my story without asking me?" Even Carly, who once shared a quiet bond with Kristina over family loyalty, is caught off guard. She visits Kristina privately and tries to warn her. "You think burning it all down makes you powerful? It doesn't. It just makes you lonely." But Kristina doesn't flinch. "Good," she replies. "I've been alone a long time. Now I'm just honest about it." With her child hidden in Canada, a growing tension with Sonny, a potential romance with Chase, and a slow-burning vendetta against Alexis, this new Kristina Corinthos Davis is poised to become one of GH's most dangerous and emotionally compelling anti-heroines. Storylines teased for the next 3 months include Kristina exposing one of Sonny's most protected financial fronts, causing ripples in the mob world and putting Dex in the crosshairs. A surprise return by Parker, Ashley Jones. Yes, that Parker, who may be one of the only people left who truly understands Kristina's conflicted identity. A courtroom showdown between Alexis and Kristina as custody over the child becomes a legal war. A mysterious death at Charlie's pub, with the murder weapon traced back to a Corinthos associate, and Kristina as the prime suspect. Elizabeth Hendrickson's arrival isn't just a recast, it's a complete reprogramming of Kristina's place in Port Charles. She's not a supporting player anymore. She's a wildfire, and no one knows where she'll burn next. As Mansi takes her final bow, fans should prepare for a new chapter that digs deep into identity, betrayal, and vengeance. Kristina is no longer the girl asking who she is. She's the woman telling you who you'll become after she's through with you. And Port Charles may never be the same again.